we're going to start with the 16 collab first. I will state before we get started, though, that I actually have not played Final Fantasy 16 yet. I do not have a PS5, and I don't plan on getting one, so I have to wait for it to come out on PC. But the spoilers related to 16 are supposed to be pretty minor in this, so I don't think it's going to matter that much. But let's go ahead and start here. Gee, where could the quest be? Where's the giant mass group of people standing in one place? Neophilic adventurer. A land on fire. The Neophilic adventurer seeks the warrior of light. This quest is available for limited time only. Yep. Forgive my boldness, but you are Karya Zerasol, are you not? Yes, that would be me. Then my search is at an end. The goggled gentleman asked me to find you, you see, in hopes of entreating your aid with some matters he deigned not to share with me. Pray remain here. I shall fetch him at once. And off he goes. Greetings, champion. 'Tis I who employed the young adventurer to facilitate this impromptu audience. That's why I've come to... for why I've come to request for you, and you alone can fulfill. Pray well, for my tale begins with a most unsettling dream. In it did I behold an evening sky, boundless and shimmering. As I drank deep of its beauty, I spied two stars sailing across the inky expanse, one of pure white, the other blushing scarlet, their course set as they might pass without collision. Sharply and suddenly, the scarlet star shifted its trajectory. High above, a burning landscape did its path intersect with that of the white star, their conjunction marked by a brilliant explosion of light. Even in slumber, I was awestruck by the spectacle. A lovely tale, but I fail to see what that has to do with me. I do not wish to make any claims with certainty, and yet, whatever great meaning this vision may hold, I am convinced that the blazing white star represents the warrior light, in other words, you. And should these portents indeed foretell future events, you are thus fated to encounter the scarlet star, whoever they may be. It is therefore I humbly request that you accomplish me to the burning land from my dream, that I witness the vision's denouncement. I will compensate you for your trouble, of course. Very well, then. The question is, which territory in Eorzea might be considered burning, metaphorically or otherwise? The burning wall in East Tanalin? Ah, the cluster of immense crystals born in the seventh umbral calamity. Aye, it represents the sweet being seen from my dream. The first mystery is solved. We shall leave for Eastern Tanalin and the infamous burning wall at once. Oh, that's not the place. It's up here. Should have noticed by the giant crowd of random people. The Burning Wall, an apt name indeed. It is said that the crystalline structures were formed when the falling shards of Dalamon pierced the land's ether currents. Some see them as a symbol of rebirth, a manifestation of renewed life. But that is neither here nor there. Let's have a look around, shall we? My glass is at the ready. Check the vantage point here. Time to scan the area. Somebody there. There's somebody down there. Seems to be alive. Where am I? What's going on? This and this, that and that. A dream led you to me? I understand how absurd that may sound. We ourselves were unsure of what awaited us here. As for who we are, I am content to be known as the Minstrel. The stalwart hero is Kari Azirisol. Might we have the pleasure of your name? Clive. The last thing I remember was the ruins. Ugh. My head, how did I come to be in this place? It seemed that you were knocked senseless. Confusion is to be expected. For your safety's sakes, I suggest we make for town and have a Veronese physician look you over. I shall see our patient receive the proper treatment. Would you mind waiting for us at Scholar's Walk? Scholar's Walk. Definitely seen better days, hasn't he? Said, I haven't played 16 at all, so I can only speak so much to what's going on. Or even what part of 16 this could even be taking place in. Supposedly it's supposed to be pretty early on, but I don't know for sure. Our foundling is being cared for as we speak. I am told he should be released soon. Hopefully 'twas not but a bite of food and a bit of bed rest couldn't cure. Chitter, chatter, random conversation. It was kind of you to wait, thank you. What of your condition? Much improved. The visitor also noted no signs of injury or illness. Yet my memories remain hazy. How did I end up here? Whatever I was doing, it was important, I'm sure of it. I must return as soon as possible. I was in my own game, and now I'm in a crossover. I see. We cannot leave him in this state. We must help him restore his memories and find his way home. What of the city, Clive? Do any part of Yuldaw strike you as familiar? No, I may have simply forgotten, but I recognize nothing. Yuldan, then. Still, I would like to think that the sights and sounds of a well-known locale would hasten your recovery. The burning wall, the place was where we found you. A situation midway betwixt Yuldan and Gridania. Perhaps a trip to the 12 Woods is in order. Gridania, you say. The name rings no bells, but I have no better suggestions. And you would take me there. Of course. Meanwhile, I should make the rounds to the neighboring settlements to ask if any have heard of you. Let us rendezvous in Gridania anon. The entire situation has knocked me off balance, I'm afraid. Kari, was it? I appreciate you coming to my rescue. Still, you have your own business to attend to. We can set out whenever you're ready. Pain to recall, Clive is ready to travel to Gridania. Are we ready? Then let's head out. The Gridania the minstrel mentioned, is it far? Well, we need mounts. By airship? You have those? Not that I mean to doubt you, friend, but if you say we're boarding an airship, that's then that's what we'll do. Yeah, it's just taking me to all these places. Kari, if I may ask a foolish question, do these airships of yours actually fly? Well, yes. Foolish question indeed, then. Your expression tells me as much. First time traveling by airship? I believe it will be. It's odd. I know that the weapon on my back is called a sword. I understand what it's for and how to wield it. Foggy as my memories may be, my general knowledge seems intact. Yet, hearing you speak of a functional airship, I felt confused. Disbelief for something you clearly think of as commonplace. I can make no sense of it. Where was I before now? If I remember correctly, from what little I know about 16, it's a lot lower technology story than 14 kind of is. So I think that might be some of it. I don't know for sure, though. But dwelling on this is pointless. Forward is the only way. It's funny, you can tell he's from a different game because his model is so drastically different from the 14 ones. They did a good job importing him in, though, I think. Feel the bracing wind, the deck shuddering beneath your feet as you rise into the sky. My memory may be faulty. That was an experience I'm sure I'd not soon forget. This is Gridania. It seems very unlike the city we just left. Where to begin, I think it's best if I follow your lead. Alright, Clyde, we move along. This tavern, it reminds me of somewhere I've been before. It is no use. I can feel the memory, but it's like grasping at smoke. But maybe if you were to show me elsewhere. A chocobo. Now that's something I'd recognize. Yet it's more than that. I had my own chocobo once, I'm sure of it. As to when or where... An impressive crystal, not a mother crystal, surely. No, not nearly large enough. Ugh, when I try to remember, the fog in my head, it almost seems to grow thicker. From what little I understand, I think the crystals in 16 are kind of a bad thing. But I don't know the details on why, so I'm not going to pretend to understand. What happens when I'm playing a crossover game I've never played before? Left for more questions I have answers for. This is truly a beautiful place. Have you remembered anything else? Brief flashes of this or that, but nothing to suggest that I've been here before. I just can't shake the strangest feeling. As if it is too peaceful. And that doesn't sit right. Patrol reporting, Commander. All is quiet with the Exo. No sightings of Garuda. And for which we are proudly grateful at ease, soldier. This is so funny coming off of Endwalker, where the primals have kind of become moot points. Did he say Garuda? You there, this Garuda you speak of. Ugh. Sir, are you alright? Kari, do you know this gentleman? This and this, that and that. Memory loss, you say? I'm sorry to hear that, though it seems like Garuda's name has lit a spark of some sort. I was in a battle with Garuda. I fought her, I'm sure of it. Please, you must tell me more. Anything that might help me remember my past. Of course, Gridania owes a debt to gratitude to anyone who stood against that destructive fiend. However, there's one more suited to the task than I. Our Elder Seed Seer is well versed in not only primal lore, but is also in the treatment of bodily afflictions. She is surely your best hope for recovery. Then word to the Still Glen Fen. Stand ready to escort our guests to an audience. Understood, Commander. Pray find me at Nathaka's altar in Old Gridania, and I will see that you are grand entry to the Lotus Stand. I'm perfectly fine with these consequences. Surely there'll be no consequences to any of this, right? The way I felt what I've lost began with Garuda, that I am fairly certain. Lotus Stand lies just ahead, if you would follow me, please. Greetings, honored guests. Commander Hulux has appraised me of your friend condition. This is he. A pleasure to meet you. I am Kana A. Senna, Elder Seal Seeder of Gridania. Thank you for your gracious welcome. I am Clive, though beyond that I fear my introduction may be lacking. Please Concern yourself not with the priorities. It is your memory loss we are here to address. I am told Garuda's name awakened some previous recollection. Yes. In the instance I heard it, a hazy vision of our battle arose unbidden. I think perhaps if I could hear more of Garuda. A wish easily granted. Garuda is a deity revered by the Exal, a people who once dwelt here in the 12 Woods. He appears as a winged entity, half bird, half woman, who commands the winds itself. Thus frightening, however, is her capricious temper, as unpredictable as a howling storm. I should add that Kari has fought against Garuda in her primal incarnation. This and this, that and that. A winged woman of volatile temperament with the power over wind. A fitting description of the opponent I remember. But a deity, no. The will behind that monstrous vantage was distinctly mortal. I suspect Clive's Garuda and Eorzea's Primal are not one and the same. Hello, Mistral. Where have you been? Mainly, as Clive himself is not of our world. Explain yourself, Mistral. When I went back to the place we discovered, Clive and the questioned folks in all the nearby settlements, no one person recognized his description. Such a distinctive tattoo escaped the notice of every local rumor-mongering for moms around. Improbable, to say the least. Led me to consider another possibility, one consistent with the past accounts I have heard of visitors from other worlds somehow stumbling through reality's curtain and finding a way to our star. My brand, it's the mark of a bearer. Does it pain you to remember? I feel the memories trying to surface, but when I strain to recall, a piercing ring fills my ears. Garuda, bearer, Ifrit. Another primal name. 'Twould seem the pain has less than a tangible source. Long have I studied the healing arts, yet I sense no shadow of illness in your body. Your suffering strains not from injury nor sickness. A victim of terrible events have been known to suppress their own memories out of instinct. Once some conscious deity attempts to confront the awful truth, the mind creates a shield of pain to protect the heart. A barrier my own making, then how then am I to overcome it? With our aid, of course. Of course, I'm not stopping here. Fate has brought us together, and together we shall triumph over this adversary. So you think of me from another world, and my memories of said world are not likely to return unless I acknowledge some terrible truth, a truth my mind refuses to remember. It is a confounding dilemma, I agree. I have given thought to a solution. I believe the shackles that bind your mind may yet be struck off best in the heat of battle, a drastic measure, especially when you're not at your best. Which is why I turn to you, Kari. You are twin to Clive's wandering star. Your involvement is no accident. The path I see is thick with thorns, but if you wish to walk it, then grid yourself for war and await for me at the Peku Falls. Clive seems somewhat bemused. Mr. has a plan, it seems, but he shares little beyond confusing metaphor. Still, I'm willing to indulge him if it means making progress. We are to meet him at Pekelu Falls, right? And where is that to be found? It's pretty close nearby. Good, not far then let's get on with it. Okay, it's instance time. This place. Why here? Because this waterfall is where the legendary Archon Louisoix gathered a band of adventurers in the time of the 7th Umbral Calamity. Sorry, I'm having issues again. Their purpose? To extinguish the infernal Ifrit. Ifrit? I know something is there, why can't I remember? Clive recalled several words in the Elder Silcia's presence, words which brought him pain. While the significance of Barrow elude me, you and I are more familiar with Ifrit. More than I care to be, but yes. Considering your reaction to the mere mention of the name, 'tis likely that the primal, or the equivalent in your world, is deeply connected to your condition. Thus I have resolved to weave my lyrical magics to bring you face to face with the Ifrit of our world. Here, where Archon Louisoix paved the etheric path to the primal's lair, will my words be given substance, and with the vision take form, will you do battle with the phantom of our mind's creation. Imaginary though this confrontation be, I fear your suffering will be all too real, yet you must preserve, for the hidden truths must be unearthed without hardship. Take heart, Scarlet Star, and call upon the strength of your shining twin. Your past awaits. Battle start. Where has he sent us? You stand in the Bowl of Embers, the site which the Amalja summoned their patron deity, and the stage upon which the warrior light became a slayer of gods. Yeah, this was the first primal fight in ARR. But 'tis a convincing illusion, a body's recount tale given breath by fanciful verse. Come forth, Lord of the Inferno. An accurate facsimile, not quite the Ifrit you know. No, not quite the same. No, but here 16s are freed instead, which is a lot more freaky looking. Said, if I understand correctly, Clyde becomes a Freed in 16. Ready when you are. Together, then. Efreet. That thing which killed Joshua, yes. I've been on its trail seeking vengeance for my brother. The fiend must pay. Fight with me, Kari. Very well, then. During this battle, you'll gain special duty actions as followed. Use Rising Flames to charge forward and inflict damage. Proper timing, you can use dodge to avoid taking damage even if you were in the area of an enemy attack. Certain enemy actions will be preceded by a countdown icon. When countdown progresses dodge, use the dodge action. After successfully and executing dodge will change to precise strike, which will provide opportunity to inflict additional damage. Okay, so they're trying to add some of 16's mechanics into 14's battle system, which are two very different systems, of course, but I'll need a dodge for this. Okay. I'm guessing I can only dodge the undodgeable stuff. Flames glow hotter. Watch yourself. Shit, I can't move. Kari, buy me some time. I'm not done yet. This won't hold me. My thanks. Forgot I'm only up to level 50, so I only have so many of my abilities. Nope. Not gonna happen. I am amused a little bit by the hopping text that they have for this. I'm assuming that's more UI stuff from 16. Nope. Kari. Still in the fight. Of course. I don't lose that easily. And there are too many. We can't rely on steel alone. Just a few more, Kari. We leave none standing. Wow, I'm kind of a little close here. Still with me, Kari? Let's finish this. Fiery rampage. Alright, I'm done with you. Go away. I blame another to spare myself the guilt. The fear that by accepting it, I would lose what little was left of me. But I accept the truth of it now. You are not afraid. I am. Guide your fight. You're going to be all right there. In a battle against your own mind, it appears you have emerged the victor. Intriguing. Hello, dog. The illusion is unraveled, yet you've brought a friend back with you. This is Trogol, a wolf pup raised in the duchy. There's no more loyal ally in battle, and no keener guide when the roads ahead is uncertain. That would explain the aberration in lingering ether. Torgal here is to lead you back to your own world. That's a stretch, isn't it? Clive has embraced his hollowed past, and in doing so has reclaimed the memories he's lost. This is not a conscious act. He has manifested his readiness to return home in the form of a trusted companion. Even so, it was difficult to accept what I have done. My younger brother, Joshua, was a kind and gifted soul. The inheritor of the Phoenix's flames, he was destined to become Archduke, as our father had before him. But Joshua was murdered, his bright future cut short. From that day onward, I lived for one purpose alone. A dominion of fire had slain my brother, and I would have my revenge. I spent years tracking the killer until one day I came to understand it had been me all along. I was young and distraught when I first summoned Ifrit. I had not known such power lurked within me, or that it could even exist at all. Transformation was instinctive, uncontrolled, and it was by my hands that Joshua died. I can imagine with the anguish this caused you. There was anguish, yes, and a guilt I will never escape, but I cannot let it stop me. I was born of the vessel for Ifrit's power, and I need to know why. I was searched for answers. I went to the Phoenix Gate, was delved into the ruins below, There I found my courage to face my past and accept the truth, then everything faded to black. Your tale suggests that there was something in that ruin, some mysterious force that was responsible for your advent journey. And if you arrived in Eorzea, a place sacred to the Phoenix and its flames, then it stands to reason. Yes? What are you thinking? I think that to see you home, that we must return you to the beginning. Our road takes us back to the burning wall. Once there, your furry companion will lead us exactly to where we need to go. Such an incredible sight, I was in no state to appreciate these crystals the first time. We've come this far, now Torgal will be our guide. Such was the purpose of his creation, after all. Ready, Torgal? Take me home. Oof. Once you've chosen to depart, Clive and the Wandering Minstrel will accompany you. Torgal will lead you onward. Follow Torgal to his destination, try not to fall behind. If you leave Clive and the Minstrel for any reason, or you lose sight of Torgal, you may try again by returning to the starting point. Yes. Fortunately, I'm high enough level that I can just basically ignore everything here. I sense an end to this extraordinary tales at hand. Arf! Is this it, boy? The tale ends where it began. Where you first found me. Indeed. I am baffled as to why this, of all places, would serve as the junction between our two worlds, but now I think I understand. You do? Some years ago, Eorzea was visited by a calamitous disaster known as the Seventh Umbral Calamity. Yet, even as fire and ruin threatened to all we held dear, the world underwent a mystical renewal, as if the star was reborn. One theory attributes this miracle to a beloved entity, claiming the undying phoenix flared into being to save us in our hour of direst need. The phoenix. The burning wall is itself a scar left by those events, its crystals ridged, having erupted from the earth overnight. Some believe these monoliths of solidified flames are proof of the Phoenix's deliverance. The bond with your brother, the Phoenix of your world, may have been the connection that brought you to the sacred place. In ours, drawn to the flame. seems our time together is at an end. Thank you both for all you've done. Press on, friend, no matter how daunting the hardship or bitter the truth. Always, no matter what fate awaits at journey's end. Come, Torgal, we have the answers we seek, and Valencia awaits. Warrior of light from another world, huh? And then he was gone. I feel the strings of a ballad. But nay, 'twould be hubris to imagine I could capture Clive's story from such fleeting an excerpt. The honor belongs to someone else, someone privileged to see his tale to its conclusion. Sadly, the power to peer into other worlds was not granted to me by this day's miracles. I wonder, however, if you might manage it, Kari. Are you trying to subtly tell me to play 16? Is that what you're doing here? Our little adventure is over. That emotion, as if it was a dream most cryptic. I must thank you for indulging in my sudden and strange request. As for your promised reward, I hope this will suffice. Torgal proved to be such a trustworthy guide, I thought to bind his likeness to a summoning whistle. May his loyal spirit serve you well on your travels until we meet again. You can now exchange NGP for special items by seeking the gold saucer attendant at the gold saucer. Okay. So we got the Torgal pup minion, the Torgal mount, and Clyde's gear. Gotta put it in the appropriate colors. Kind of a neat little outfit, but no, it really suits Kari very much. And where is that mount at? Oh, there you are. Dog mount. And pet dog mount. Hello everyone, this is Dragon Ikari. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to be notified of future videos. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see from me, feel free to comment below. Also check out the links in the description of the video to find me on various other platforms. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.